Okay, we'll talk about the control structures. So what are these control structures means? Control structures will change the normal execution of code. Okay, so it is going to change the normal execution of code. So what do you mean by changing the normal execution of code? Let us say I'm writing something like this: system.out.println. I'm writing, okay, let us say Apple I'm writing. So next line, okay, let us say next line you're writing okay, zebra. Next line you're writing cat. Like this you're writing. So in the normal program, what will happen? You see the same output, you'll be seeing it. You'll see first Apple it will be printing, then it prints zebra, then it cat it is going to print for me. As it is, you'll see the output there in your program. Okay, when I execute. So this is the normal execution. So normal execution, what will happen? The code is going to be executed one after the another. So first line, second line, third line, fourth line, like that, it's going to be executed. But whereas when I'm using these control structures, if I'm using, they change the normal execution of the code. Normally, what you're going to have all the commands one by one, that will not be executed. Sometimes some commands will be skipped, sometimes some commands will be repeated more than once. That depends upon what type of statement you're going to use. So for example, now I'm talking about we have two different types of control structures. One is called a condition checking statements. So I'm having one is called condition checking. So one more we are having called looping statements. Okay. So we're having looping statements, condition checking statements and looping statements. So what are these condition checking statements? So condition checking statements are, one is if, other one is switch. Okay. So when we talk about this looping statements, we have for, while, okay, a do while we have it, and we have one more called a for each loop. We'll discuss what is this for each and all that one by one. We'll discuss. We have four different types of looping statements. We have two types of condition checking statements. One is called if, other one is called switch. Now these, what will happen is when I look into them, so let us look into the syntax, how I'm going to use. So what do you mean by syntax? Syntax means how I'm going to use the command. What is the way you are going to type the command is called the syntax. Now how I'm going to type the if means, if, open the parenthesis, you need to write the condition. Okay. So I need to write the condition. Then following that, I'll write a statement. That is my Java command. Else we write some statement, Java command. Generally, people call them as, so this we call it as a true statement, and then you call this one as a false statement. So one is called a true statement, other one is called a false statement. Now if you look, okay, or let us say if I'm not writing it as true statement, false statement, I'm writing it as statement number 1 and statement number 2 I'm writing. Then what will happen? So I'm writing this one as statement 1. So this one I'm writing as statement 2. Now here what will happen? I'm writing two statements, statement 1, statement 2 I'm writing, but only one statement is going to be executed from these two. Which statement is going to be executed? It depends upon the condition what you're going to give. Now remember this condition what you're going to have, this condition, we also call this one as an expression. This is also called an expression, it is also called. So how do I form the conditions? If I want to form the conditions, I'll use some operator, I'll be using it. I'll use the operators to form the conditions. So these operators are called relational operators, you call them, or you call them as comparison operators. You call them as a comparison operators. We call this one as a comparison operators, or we call them as a relational operators. Now comes the question, what is this operator? You were not there in last class? Okay. See, last class what we did, we use a plus b we have wrote, right? Now here is what? It is an expression. A plus b is called an expression. So in this one, a and b are operands. Okay. Then plus is called the operator. Plus is called the operator. The whole thing a plus b is called the expression. Okay, now what the operator plus is doing here, it is going to add two values for me. Okay, it is going to add two values. If I'm going to use it with strings, it is going to do the concatenation, it is going to do, that is, it's going to do join, it's going to do it for me. Okay, so in case of the strings, it is going to join. In case of the numbers, it is going to perform the mathematical addition, it is going to perform for me. So this plus, okay, they are called the operators for me. So there it is doing some mathematical work, you call them as mathematical operators. So what are the different types of operators? We have it like plus, minus, multiplication, slash, we have it. We'll discuss that one by one, we'll talk about again. Now, so here I'm having the condition checking operators are there. So what are my condition checking operators means? What are the condition checking operators we are having? So like, for example, I'm having greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, double equal to, exclamatory mark equal to. So double equal to is called equal to, we call it as. This is called the equal to. Exclamatory mark equal to, this is called not equal to. Okay, this is called not equal to. So two things. One is equal to, another is not equal to. Exclamatory mark equal to is not equal to. Double equal to is called the equal to symbol. So this is my equal to part. Okay. Understood what I'm telling? Now, I want to compare two things, like greater than symbol is there. So greater than symbol, I want to check it. Then what I do is, let us say that you are having two operands are there. Okay, A and B are there. You want to compare the value of A and B. Then what I do, I'll write if A is greater than B, I'll be writing it. Understood? I'll be writing A greater than B, I'll be writing it. So that is my condition. A is greater than B is my condition. If it is satisfied, what you want to do? If the value of A is going to be greater than B, what you want to do? Otherwise, what you want to do, you need to write. Okay, you will understand. If A is greater than B, what you want to do? If A is less than B, what you want to do? Now here you are writing two statements you'll be writing. Only one statement is going to be executed from them. Understood? Only one is going to be executed. Either the first statement or the second statement. It all depends upon the condition what you're going to give it. Now today onwards, what we'll do is we'll not use the notepad, will not be using. We'll be using the Eclipse will use. Okay. So how do you share that? I'll share that. Okay. Now, how do I write? Now, how do I'm going to use my Eclipse? So first, let us say that if Eclipse is not there in your machine, you need to download the Eclipse first onto your machine. So how do I download my Eclipse on my machine? You can just open your Google Chrome, any Chrome, I mean any browser. If not, you can open it, and then go to the Eclipse. Sorry, go to the search bar and say Eclipse download. You just say the Eclipse download. So it will be showing a link there. So eclipse.org, you'll be seeing the link, what you call eclipse.org. So actually Eclipse is an open source software. So that means if you want to use Eclipse, you need not to pay anything. It will ask you to pay. So if you are generous enough, you can pay it. Otherwise, you can start using it without paying anything to them. Now, okay, then I'm just selecting this IDE here option. So I'll click here. It will take me to that particular web page. Right now, you can just say you want to download this. So you can click here, it will download your Eclipse. So once the downloading of Eclipse is going to be done, then you double click on the file which has been downloaded. So once I give a double click on the file, then it will give a screen for me. Okay, I'll just do one thing. So it's already there available for me in my machine. Okay, so this is the installer file. I'm just double clicking on this one. So once you give a double click on this one, you'll see a screen. Give me a minute, it's just taking time for me. Now this is the screen you'll be getting it. So here you can select either you want the Eclipse for the Java developers or you want to for the enterprise edition. Okay, so what you want, you can select from here. Okay, or if you're using Eclipse for some other development like PHP and all, if you're going to use it, you can select what is the type of development you want to do it, you can select it. But we are not interested into this one, so we are going to interest only for Eclipse for the Java developers. You can select, or you can say Eclipse for the enterprise edition. Okay, J2EE or J2SE. J2SE stands for standard edition. That is your JDK, simple JDK it is. Then the second one is the enterprise edition, J2EE we call it as. Either one, you can just click on that, it will be downloading it, and then after that, the installation will be completed for you onto the system. So once the installation has been done, so I've done is what I have placed it shortcut on my desktop. Okay, this is my desktop shortcut. So now I want to open my Eclipse. Give a double click on this. It will open the Eclipse for you. So for the first time when you're opening it, it shows me what the workspace to be selected. So you can just select that workspace and continue. If you want anywhere the files can be saved. The place where you are saving your files, it's called a workspace. Okay, the place where you are saving your files, it's called a workspace. So it takes few minutes it takes, and it starts your Eclipse IDE. Yeah, this is my Eclipse IDE. This is the program which has been taught in the previous class for somebody else. Okay, so we'll start file menu, then we select new, we'll select the Java project. I'm selecting it. So when I'm selecting my new Java project, it'll ask me the name and all. Project name will be giving. Now, very important thing here it is, there is an option what you call create module info. No, don't check this one. Make sure that you're going to uncheck this one. Okay, we are not interested in the modules and all that. Okay, uncheck this one. Okay, you want to give the project name. So let us say, so I want to give, okay, Java 31. I'm giving my project name, right? Then, so you're going to use a default location where exactly your files has to be stored. You can select this location itself, or you want to put in some other location. Remove this. Okay, you can just select the option called browse, and you can select the directory where your project has to be created. Project is nothing but it's a set of files for us. Set of files related is what you call a project, we call it as. Okay, I don't want it. I want to use the default location only. I'm just selecting that. Then, so it is going to ask me to select the Java runtime environment. So what is the version you're going to use? Java SE17. It's there on the machine, so it's asking you to select that one. Or so we have the other options are there. You can select it. If that what the option you're selecting, if that if that JRE is not available on your machine, it will download the JRE and it will install automatically for us. Right? I'm not changing these options. I'm selecting my 17 only. I'm selecting. Okay. No, Oracle SQL it will not ask for you. No, we are working with the Eclipse. No. Which one? Second one, Java. This one, use project specific JRE. No. Click to this one. This one. Yeah. Okay. Now here you'll be selecting your Java SE versions, standard edition version you wanted. Okay. See, if I'm selecting the version like 10, if I'm selecting, if it is not there on your machine, it will be downloading it. Okay, I don't want to change this. I want to use the 17 only. I want to use. I'm selecting the 17. Okay, I'm not changing the Java version here. Right? If you want 18, you can select the 18. Okay, 1.8 you can say. I selected 1.8 there. Okay. Fine. Then once I'm selecting it, now I'm just saying that finish. Okay. I'll just close these programs. I don't want to get confused with them. I'm just closing those programs. Now, here you see that Java 31 is the project which you have created. So this is available for you in the Package Explorer. For example, let us say the Package Explorer is not visible to you. Then what you can do is you can go to your window menu, then select the options view. There we have what you call Package Explorer will be there. Right? You see the Package Explorer there. So if my Package Explorer is not visible, I'm not able to see my source programs and all. Then what you do is go to the window, select Show View. There you're going to have the Package Explorer is there. Is it visible to everybody? Okay. So we're just talking about the Eclipse part. So now I'll do one thing. I'll zoom in a little bit. See, this is the actually Package Explorer. This is the one. But no, let us say that I don't know. It's not visible for me. What I can do is I can go to the window menu. I'll select the option Show View. So inside this, I'm having what you call Package Explorer is there. So if you can remember the shortcut key, it's okay, well and good. So, or if you don't remember the shortcut key and all, no issues. Go to the Show View and select the option called Package Explorer. So once I select the Package Explorer, now you can see that what is the package, what is the project we have created, Java 31 we have created. You see that files are going to be there for me. And then you see one folder called SRC there. So SRC is a folder where your source files will be placed. That is your .java files. Whatever the .java files you are creating, all those .java files will be placed into the source there. Okay. Now I want my file to be. I want to create a new Java program. I want to create. Then go to the file menu, select new. So when I'm selecting new, there is an option called class there. So select the Java class. Okay. So in this Java class, now it will ask me what is the name of the class that you want to give. Okay, let us say I want to create the name of the class as DT. Right? I want to create a class called DT. Or let us say you want to create a class called first you want to create. Right? Now remember here I'm starting with small letter. I'm starting my class name with small letter there. Okay. Then you see that the error message. No, okay, one second, give me a minute. It's not showing the message. Class name. Okay, forget about the package part. So for class name, I'm giving small letter. Okay, so it is advised to you use what the class name as the first name of your the first letter of your class name should be in capital letters. Okay, so give the name. Then I want to have a public static void main method should be there. So if you want to have that method, just come down. So there is an option called public static void main. Okay, you can use this one, or let us say that if I'm not using this one, okay, so but still what I did is I have saved my program. Okay, I just selected the, I gave the class name and then I said finish. Now you see that it is automatically going to create a class is going to be created for you. So you see that public class first is going to be created. In that main method is not there. Now I want to add the main method to it. So what you do is, so either you can write public static void main, you can write it, or you can write main, and you can use control space bar. You can use it. Now I'm selecting this main, double clicking on this one. Now it's going to create me the public static void main method is created. Okay. If you have selected it, it will automatically create it. If you are not selected, what you can do, you just type main and you will get the things done. Or you can type completely public static void main, everything you can type it. Okay. Now, so let us say I'm going to have two variables, a variable. I'll put the value for a as 20. I'll take another variable called b whose value is 20. I'll take 10 and 20. I want to compare the value of a and b. I want to compare. Then I'll write if a value is greater than b, what you want to do. Enter. So I'm right. System.out.println you can type it, or syso you type it. You press control space bar, it will automatically complete for you. Okay, control plus space bar I'm using. Now I'll write here a is big. Okay, so else I'll write syso, then here b is big I'm writing. Okay. Now I've typed my Java program and I want to execute my Java program. So how do I execute my Java program and all means? Not necessary, like in case of the DOS prompt, we write a command called Java C followed the file name, then to execute it, Java followed with class name we gave it. Now here it is not necessary to do all those things. So this Java, I mean Eclipse will take care of all those things for us. Now what you need to do is I want to execute my program. So you see here there is an option called run button here. On the screen you'll see the run button. You just click on the run button or right click here, okay, on the screen. Then you can select the option called run as. There you are having option called Java application, right? So in the introduction, we said to you that we have two different types of applications we can design. One is called an application, what you call the standalone application, we can have it, and one more is internet-based application we can design. Now this is a standalone application, which you call as Java application card. Now, so run as Java application, I'm selecting it. So once I click on this run as Java application, you see that the output is going to be shown here for you. It shows this B is big. Okay, it is following the, I mean, it is checking the condition. What is the condition you are given? A value is greater than B. That means internally it is checking it as A is greater than B. That means 10 is greater than 20. Is it 10 greater than 20 for us? No, condition is false. So then what will happen? It goes to the else part and prints what the message that you are given there. If that condition is the other side, for example, let us say I'll make the A value as 100. I'll make. So now 100 is greater than 20. Is it 100 greater than 20 for me? Yes, the condition is true. So what will happen? It executes the statement following the if. Okay. So let me click on this run button. So you see that it's going to print me A is big there. Understood? Able to understand what I'm telling? So we said what in case of the control structures, statements will be skipped depending upon the condition, or a statement will be repeated more than once depending upon what command I'm going to use it. In case of the control structures, it will change the normal execution of code is going to be changed in case of control structures. In case of normal execution, what will happen? It will be executing line by line, command by command to execute all the commands. But when I'm using the control structures, it may skip a command or it may execute a command more than once. Which one? Okay, now coming on to this, the syntax of the if. Now let us elaborate it more on the syntax of if now for us. Okay, so here when I'm writing this if, right, what you are written? We are written if condition, then followed with the else part we are written, right? So actually, when you look into the syntax of this one, writing the else part is optional. If you don't want to write the else part, you can omit the else part. Understood? Understood what I'm telling? If I don't want to write the else part, I can omit the else part. I can write only if can be written. So what will happen if the condition is not satisfied? Condition is not satisfied, it will not do anything. Only if the condition is satisfied, then it will execute the statement number one. When I'm skipping the else part, if the condition is false, it will not do anything. Only if the condition is true, only it is going to execute the statement number one. So otherwise, it will not execute the statement number one. It will not do anything for us there. So else is optional. If you want, you can use the else part. Otherwise, you can omit it. Now there is another syntax is there. So where what you can do is this if else you can write multiple. Okay, so if some condition, okay, else if condition, you can write one more statement. Then again you can write else if one more condition. Okay, some other statement. Like this, I can write how many if and else I can write. As many you want, you can write it. Understand what I'm telling? Else if any number of else if you want, you can continue writing it. Understood? Now this, if I'm writing like this, if else, if else, if else, generally we call it as if else, if ladder it is called. We call it a if else, if ladder. You're writing multiple ifs and else you're going to write it. Okay, like this you can write. Or another version of this if we can write it. So what is the another version of if means if I'll write some condition, then I'll write another if I'll be writing inside this condition, Then I'll write a statement. Then else if some other condition, I'll write the statement. Then I'll write else statement. Okay. This, if I'm writing.
No.
If I'm writing an if inside an if, it is called nested if, it is called. Okay. Okay. If I'm writing an if inside an if, it is called nested if, it is called. Now, before we talk about the nested if, so let us talk about something. Here, when I'm writing my if, okay. So if I'm writing my if and when I'm writing my if, we can write multiple statements we can write in the if. Okay. Now, okay. Right. When I'm writing my if, we write a single statement we are writing. So otherwise, what you can do is when I'm writing actual my syntax, when I'm writing it, I can write if followed with some condition. Then I'll open the flower braces and then multiple statements I'll write. We can write multiple statements. If I want to execute more than one statement, then I'm supposed to put them into the flower braces. If I want more than one statement to be executed after the if, I need to put them into the flower braces. So what is that? We'll take 1 second, 1 second. We'll give an example. We'll take. So for example, okay, we have one famous example is there. So now let us say that you want to go to cinema theater. You want to go to cinema now, right? So what are the things you require to go to cinema? You require money. Okay, then if you have the money, you can buy a ticket and you can walk in. So that is when I'm logging in. If I want to go to the cinema now, I need money I require. Now let us say that now, okay, you want a ticket now. So you want to buy a ticket and you need to enter into it. Now let us say that you feel before I enter in the theater, I want to go with the ticket and I want to have some snacks also, I want to have it. Can I purchase some snacks and go? Why not? Who said no, you cannot go enter into a theater with snacks? No. I'm having my ticket. I need to have my ticket. After the ticket, I want to purchase some snacks also and I want to go. They will not allow you?
In theater, you can buy the snacks.
That's what I'm telling, boss. You got the ticket now and you want to buy the snacks and go. Is it allowed? Okay. So now you want to do two actions. When I want to do two actions, what I need to do? I need to put them into flower braces. I want to do only one action, that is only buy ticket and go. Then no need for you to put the flower braces. Flower braces are required if I want to do two actions. One is I want to buy the ticket and I want to take the snacks and go. Okay, two actions are there. I'll put them into flower braces. Understood? No, if I don't want it, I want to do only one action, that I want to buy the ticket and go, then not required for you to have the flower braces. Yeah.
Now, some statements will be expected.
Hmm?
Expected, we have, if condition, we have statements.
Hmm.
There are 5 statements are true.
5 statements are true.
5 statements are false.
Ah.
How are you can execute without using else condition or any other condition? then execute email file.
No,
No?
5 are there. You want to execute when it is condition is true. Put them after the if, open the flower brace, write all the 5 statements, close the flower brace. Else, open the flower brace, write all the 5 statements which you want to execute in the false. Then close the flower brace. You understand what I'm telling? See, I want to do 5 different things I want to do it, or 5 different something you want to do it. Okay, if the condition is satisfied. If I want to do multiple things, then I need to enclose them into flower braces. If I don't want to do multiple things, I want to do only one thing. You need to use without flower. You can do it without flower brace. You understand what I'm telling? See, you want to buy a ticket and then you want to buy the snacks and go. 2 actions are there. Open the flower brace, close the flower brace. No, you want to do only one action, that you want to buy the ticket and go, that's it. Then not necessary to use the flower brace. You want to do 5 actions, you want to do it. Open the flower brace, close the flower brace. Okay, clear?
If all are true, you can use only
Only if you can put all the statements into true only. I mean, that is only into after the if. So you don't want to do anything after the else, no need to use the else part. Okay, so depending upon your requirement, either you can have if else you can have it, or only if you can have it, or you can have if else if you can have it, or we can have the nested if you can have it, based upon your requirement. We'll discuss one by one scenarios. We'll discuss. So nested if is what? You are writing an if inside another if. If I'm writing an if inside another if, it is called nested if, it is called. Okay, so based upon your requirement, based upon your scenarios, what you are doing it, you can write the nested ifs, you can write if else if you can use, or you can use simply if else you can write, or only if can be used. Okay, so whereas we have one more is what? Switch is there. We'll discuss about that one little later. Just I have explained you the basic introduction I have given it to if for you. Okay, we'll talk about the if, more about the if we'll talk about. Yeah, any questions here? Okay, any others? Any others? Any questions? Okay, we'll stop here. We'll continue on tomorrow's class, right? Okay, so this is the program which has been sent by the Lokesh. I want to compile this program. So for this, first I'm going to my DOS prompt. So how I'm going to my DOS prompt? I'm using Windows key plus R I'm pressing. It will give me the run dialog box. So in the run dialog box, I'm typing CMD. I'm typing CMD. When I type CMD and I press enter, it will take me to the DOS prompt. So where I have saved my program, I have saved my programs in the documents folder. So it is giving me C:\users admin. So in this, the folder is there called documents. I'm using a DOS command called CD. Okay. So what is the use of this command called CD? This command is used to change the directory. My files are present in documents directory. So I'm using CD followed with documents. I'm not typing complete documents. I'm using tab key here. I'm pressing the tab key. So when I press the tab key, what will happen? It is automatically completing documents. Then I press enter. CD J31, enter. Now if I see the dir command, so it is going to show me the list of files what are there for me. We have saved the file with the name called dt.java. So to compile that, I'll call javac dt.java. I'm writing it. Okay. So once I compile this, you see that I'm getting lots of errors now I'm going to get. Now, when I'm going to do the debugging, very important thing is start from the first error. Don't go into the last error. See, it's showing me there in the line number 18. What is this? How to identify these things? It is dt.java:18 it is saying. So what is this :18? dt.java is the name of your file. :18 is there, right? This is the line number. Let us not worry about the last line. I'll try to fix first line by line. The first error, what is going to show me here? The first error is showing me there. So what is it says? It says there's something wrong with the dt.java:3. That means in my line number 3, I'm having some problem is there. So what is that? It shows you that something public static, there is some problem there. Okay, now I'll go to my code. I'll select my notepad. I'm using my notepad. Okay, So where exactly my error? Here it is talking about this. Now, can you identify what is the error here? P is small letter. It is capital letter. They have typed it. So you are supposed to type the small letter. I'll save it. I'll go to the file menu. I'll say save. Then I'm coming back to the DOS prompt. Again, I'll compile my program. You see that error is gone. Some other error has come for me. So what it is showing me somewhere here, it is showing you. One is, see here the letters it is showing you is the illegal letters it is showing you. Okay. Right. Now, what is that wrong for me? This is something wrong for me. Okay. I'm just saving this. I've changed the code there. Once again, I've typed it. What is wrong with that? It should be double slash for me, right? So what is double slash? It's a comment, yeah. So it's a comment line. So I'm going to use double slash. So he has used double backslash. You are supposed to use the double forward slash for us, right? It's done for us. Then it shows there is an error here now. That is sum, you are writing a plus b. After that, there is nothing, the operator is not there. So it will not accept like that. What you have to do, you have to write plus over here. Okay, save it. Okay, now it says what? The class DT problem here. Sorry, string is a problem. Why string is a problem? The S is a capital letter I'm supposed to type. I'm supposed to type my S as capital letter. Save it. Alt tab. I'm jumping. Now I'm compiling it. Now it says the variable not been initialized. So the way C variable what you're using, it is not initialized. So what should I have done? I should have done C is equal to A plus B. I should have put value into that one. Then save it. Now I'm compiling my program. I got it compiled. Now I want to run the program. To run, you write Java followed with the class name. So what is the name of the class? It is DT only. So I'll write Java DT and say and enter. Now you see the result is going to be printed. Okay. Understood? So to compile your program, you're going to use Java C followed with the file name. To execute the program, Java followed with class name, you're going to use it. Understood? Okay. Any questions over here? You have the errors? What error you're getting in line number? See, in this one notepad, no, you can see the line numbers on the bottom here. You can see the line number there on the bottom. It is going to show me my line number 7, column number 12, like that. So I've clicked here, so it's going to be my line number 1, like that. Okay. So wherever the line number is error, you can just find out from this one also. We are having some error. Surendra. Okay. Now share the. You're not logged in into this one, right? You're not logged in into the Zoom. Okay. Then how do you share the code with us? So open the Zoom meeting. You log in, right?